Hello, entire episode of Super Reaction Bros. I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And on today's episode, we're taking a look at the death battle of Lex Luthor versus Dr. Doom. Once again,
DC versus Marvel.
Once again, yet another DC versus Marvel, because then's what brings in the bucks. So anyways, of course, Lex Luthor, maniacal billionaire. Dr. Doom, maniacal leader of a country.
Yeah, they're both masterminds in their own rights. One with the company, one with the country.
One has to deal with a guy in red tights, the other one has to deal with 4 people in blue outfits.
And 4 tights. Yeah, blue tights, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Pretty
so, yeah, I don't know who to go for this.
Yeah, they're both maniacal assholes. But one does have a legion of robots.
Well, the other one does too, in a way.
But he has a robot suit, mainly.
Yeah, that as well. One doesn't have powers, well, the other one does. Because remember, Dr. Doom does have like a bit of like abilities himself.
There's the finger lasers.
Finger lasers. So I don't know. We'll have to see. You know, I'm not gonna say anything now, even though I'm a DC fanboy myself. I would rather see pretty much how much information we get from both characters. I do know both. We do know both of them, but of course they bring up a lot of stuff that even we're like, huh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
You know. So let's dive into this for Lex Luthor versus Dr. Doom, DC versus Marvel, Death Battle. So let's go.
Lex Luthor, CEO of LexCorp and nemesis to Superman.
And Dr. Doom, King of Latveria and Doom of the Fantastic Four.
The intellect of these two evildoers is unmatched in their own worlds.
But what happens when the geniuses of these spiteful nerds collide? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Quite posing, but okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
In the city of Metropolis, soaring above all other structures, one can find atop the tallest building an L.
An L? Decided to literally hang that L over everyone's head. Just the one and only Lex Luthor.
Born and raised in Smallville, Kansas, Lex's early life was complicated. His father, Lionel, was a scientist doing dubious experiments on Martian Manhunter.
When the lid was cracked on this evil science operation, asses had to be covered. So Lex and his old man got a convenient memory wipe, reducing Lionel to an alcoholic and setting Lex down a path to get away from his deadbeat dad. Right there with you, bud.
But because this is comics, that's just Lex's story in one continuity.
In another, he's a mad scientist. In another, he's a self-made billionaire. And in yet another, he was friends with Superboy until Superboy made him fall. No wonder this guy's so cynical.
Regardless of which Lex we're talking about, he hates Superman.
Oh, yeah.
In his eyes, if Superman continues to exist, humanity will become weak and reliant on him, and ultimately perish. Supposedly.
Ever since Supes flew into town, he's been Lex's undoing.
But also his driving force in creating technology, chief among them being his war suit.
This bad boy comes equipped with loads of goodies. A force field, electroblasts, missiles, a chest laser, and wrist blades for all your Batman shaking needs.
Yep.
Lex has utilized many different energy sources for his suits, but his newest and greatest is the Mother Box. A nigh inexhaustible piece of new god technology.
Left 4 hours worth of it, I'm good.
Repair his suit and teleport via quantum folding.
The suit can survive a planet exploding and lets old Lex go toe-to-toe with Superman himself.
Well, it is questionable if his suit is directly comparable to Superman going all out, especially with his reliance on kryptonite. But Lex has used it to fight with other DC powerhouses.
Like this orange Bugman Larfleeze, who's basically a one-man Lantern Corps. You know, that band of
the orange
the universe under an hour.
Knowing DC has a universe at least 100 trillion light years across, this would require a speed over 5 quintillion times the speed of light.
Or how about the time Green Lantern Kyle Rayner held back the big friggin' bang?
Much of Lex's tech is relegated to the war suit, but he does have on-hand gadgets too, such as a heat ray, robot replicas called Lexbots, and a special barrier that temporarily turns anything it touches two-dimensional.
It turns you 2D, huh? That sounds like a weeb's wet dream. How does that work?
It's rather simple, actually. By applying higher dimensional physics to a simple 2D
fuck.
we can replicate the form of a three-dimensional object into a lower, flattened form that...
Wow, knew the all-squirrel diet was a good idea. Unlike Lex's 80s deck, he's not all two-dimensional. Sure, he's had his squabbles with Superman, but after Supes died, not when he punched the gray guy when he blew up this punk Denny, he gained a newfound respect for the Man of Steel and took up his mantle. Maybe he isn't the bomb psycho everyone thinks he is.
Doubtful.
Yeah.
Lex's actions, both good and bad, tend to stem from one thing. He really wants to be Superman himself.
Yeah.
Hey, Jelly, it would explain why he made the Everyman Project, an experiment meant to turn normies into superhumans.
Unfortunately, Lex's genes were not compatible. He still went through the procedure, but even after some voluntary organ harvesting, he only had 6 months to live.
Wow, Lex really does want to be Superman, even if it kills him.
But if Lex can't be Superman, he might as well make himself the one person that super citizen has to answer to. Which is why Lex decided to, what else, run for president.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a president
He was involved with No Man's
who
Land.
hates aliens? So unrealistic.
Lex was already a nihilist with few real attachments, and became all the worse when he learned he could neither be nor control Superman. Take, for example, the time he made a cure for his sister's terminal illness,
Well, that doesn't seem so bad.
and then reinfected her with that same illness seconds later, just to prove he could.
Jesus Christ!
Just to make him
Never
look
mind,
cool.
he's evil. Why would anyone work for this guy?
Yeah.
Lex's outlook on life actually gained a big following. After traveling millions of years into the future, because comics, Lex saw a world where his goals became reality, where people quit aspiring to the impossible standards of superheroes, instead embracing who they were deep down. Selfish and greedy animals.
So he literally inspired a philosophy around being the opposite of Superman.
Apparently. Isn't it ironic, though, that even those who chose to follow Lex's ideals called this philosophy doom?
Huh.
Doom.
I guess
Call it
Lutheran
Doom.
was already taken. Anyways, his fanboys from the future might consider it their doom, but to Lex, his ideals are everything. And to his credit, they have seen him through some pretty heavy stuff.
Like outsmarting Brainiac, getting tortured by Joker.
And getting shot out of a helicopter by a gorilla. Don't worry, somehow he got better.
Yeah.
Completely stripped of everything, standing before an almighty God, Lex Luthor will continue to defend his ideals. This harbinger of doom is truly beyond comprehension. Or so he says.
Who is it, Superman?
Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mind of our time.
I love how they go to Gene Hackman, Lex Luthor.
At first
Yeah.
glance, Latveria appears to be a humble nation located in the center of Europe. But within its borders may be the greatest threat the world has ever known.
That threat being the malevolent king, Dr. Doom.
But
Victor
Doom
Von
did
Doom.
not start out as a king. Born as a Romani, Victor Von Doom had a tumultuous childhood. After his mother's soul was taken by the demon Mephisto, and his father died on the run from an evil baron, Doom did what any mad scientist would do, and began making inventions.
Like his own robot replicas and Marvel's favorite retcon device, the Doombots.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
The technical wonders he made, while also
Yeah.
scamming people, were so great the Empire State University offered him a scholarship.
And so began a good old college try by Doom.
There, Doom built a device to communicate with his mother in the underworld.
Of course he did.
Because of the
This is his
miscalculations
comments.
that
Yeah.
may or may not be thanks to the thing, it blew up in his face. Literally.
It's okay though. After the explosion gave him a nasty
Oh
scar.
god, I remember this.
Yeah.
Where some monks did him a solid and helped him build a suit of armor.
Made from a mastery of science and mystery.
Yeah, but he put it when it was still on
Doom's
fire.
armor goes
Yeah, it was
beyond
still
the wonders
heated.
of ordinary technology and into the absurd.
It's the Swiss Army knife of power armors, complete with electrical blast, a device that scrambles brain neurons, and a laser staff that doubles as a technovirus.
At full power, the suit can break through an adamantine coffin, and allegedly contains pieces of the cross that Jesus Christ himself was crucified on.
Just in
Okay.
case a pesky Dracula comes your way, which he did. With this suit, Doom easily conquered Latveria and overthrew the Baron who gave him so much trouble years back. Aha! Take that, asshole!
Seeing how prosperous his rule was, Doom thought if he could make Latveria better by conquering it, why not make the whole world better by conquering it?
Well, I mean, the Panther God did say he should. Too bad he was always
Yep.
stopped by the Fantastic Four.
And their leader, Reed Richards, also known as Mr. Fantastic.
put it lightly, Doom freaking hates him. One time, when Doom was being pulled into hell, rather than try to escape eternal torment, all he wanted to do was burn and scar Reed's face.
To Doom, Reed Richards is a man of unquenchable vanity and unmitigated arrogance, consumed by his own ego at the cost of everyone around him.
Yeah, I think Doom might be projecting a bit.
Though he has failed many times to conquer the world, Doom certainly has the arsenal to do so.
Antimatter guns, bombs that transmute things to chrome, a molecular expander that turns tiny particles into boulders, and time-shift bombs that'll send you several seconds into the past.
But his most interesting gadget is the Cosmic Power Siphon. While not particularly fashionable, at least before he implemented it into his suit, the siphon has absorbed and stolen the powers of numerous cosmic entities.
You might be asking, if Doom has all these gadgets, why doesn't he use them more often? Well, in his own words, Doom's reasons are his own. Do not question them.
But
Doom is reasons of his own. Do not question Doom.
He's also a magician.
Yes, I am talking about myself in the third person.
As such, he can employ all manner of magic spells.
The magic,
barriers, teleportation, mystical energy blasts, etc.
And if he ever wants
He's a little
to
wolf on like
Lex,
Lex.
he can use a mind swap technique he took from the ovoids to switch bodies.
Like this.
Oh, how do you walk with these scrawny legs? This one isn't even a gun.
Why are there 6 of you? Am I drunk?
Am I drunk?
Shane just back.
It should come as no surprise that a multi-closing nerd like Doom has taken on some of Marvel's toughest heroes.
He's faster than Reed Richards, who reacted to interstellar beams fired by Galactus, and has even deflected Thor's hammer.
The same hammer that flew Thor across the universe in seconds.
Knowing Marvel's universe has a diameter of at least 1 trillion light years, Mjolnir must have been moving over 2 quintillion times the speed
There's a lot of
light.
2 quintillions
Not
in
even
this
getting
one.
into Doom's
A lot of
battles with the
2
Green
quintillions.
Universe clapper, the Hulk.
Or the no-holds-barred punch he took from Sentry with only 7% of his suit's power left.
With so much tech and magic, it's a wonder Doom ever loses.
Well, for all his achievements, Doom does have one insurmountable weakness. Squirrels.
I knew it!
Squirrel
Nobody's a
girls.
match for those little bastards but me. But hey, as long as he stays on Bucktooth's good side, he should be alright.
He also has a bad habit of just losing godlike power at the worst of times.
Like when his control over the power cosmic was taken by a plot-convenient cosmic energy-stealing super airplane.
Still,
Super-
Doom persevered and became the god emperor of everything. Until Mr. Fantastic stole his powers away.
Oh boy, if Doom already hated Reed, what did he think of him after that?
Surprisingly, Doom's time as a god caused an epiphany of sorts. He looked back on his actions, his ego finally shattered, and in his reflection was left with a desire to fix his ways.
So he took up the role of Iron Man of all people, stopped being so loud, concrete, and became a good guy.
Just for a little bit, don't worry, he was back to being a maniacal would-be conqueror soon enough.
Comic book status quo.
It seems a literal multiverse-scale intervention couldn't keep Doom from being Doom.
Your plan to destroy them has failed, Master. Failed. Dr. Doom does not fail.
Doom does not fail!
All right, the combatants
So-
are set, and we've run the data through all
I think
possibilities.
Doom.
First,
Dude has science and magic
I
on his
I
side.
have to say, I have to agree. I think it's going to be Doom because he's got not only the Doom bots, he's got a whole country by his side in a way. You know, and again, he's got the magic. You know, he's got the extra.
Doom does not like Baldman. Baldman shall die.
Segway, Boomstick, but you are right.
Doom! Yes, Doom is talking in the third person.
Two is a unique online service that brings the same active ingredients
Doom must
as
conquer all.
straight to your door at a fraction of the cost and in a chewable form.
Blue Chew's tablets combat all forms of ED and can help men gain extra confidence for when it's time to perform.
But it
Blue
should be
Chew is an
Doom right
online
and
prescription service.
at
You
least
know what that
justice and
means.
No visits to
MCU.
the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line
see.
at the pharmacy, and it comes in a discreet
Cross my
package.
fingers.
So even your mail couriers
Yeah,
know
you got 'em right yet.
know what's up.
No, Joey McMahon did a good job.
It's also easy to get
yeah,
started.
They haven't done a good
Just
job.
sign up at BlueChew.com.
Hopefully, MCU.
Battle, of course.
Third,
Yeah,
third time's
A charm?
fourth time's a charm.
Third, fourth. How many times is a charm for to get the Fantastic Four just right? You know.
It's gonna be the MCU, does it?
Yeah, MCU.
Hey, John Krasinski's gonna play Mr. Fantastic.
Everyone's
It's
calling
gonna
it,
be
and I think it's still gonna happen. It's just they're keeping it mum about it, you know.
This episode. But right now,
Even if it's not him, hopefully they get somebody good.
Death Battle!
visitor.
Mr. Luthor, your company has invaluable
NBC
resources
Doom.
for the people of Latveria. I will be seizing them.
Latveria. What an exquisite place to start a corporatocracy.
Wait.
I love how the start off with fighting shooting lasers at each other.
This suit. Yeah, so the whole Iron Man thing. This shows up.
Mechanical replica.
It's called a Lex Bot, you knuckle-dragging buffoon.
A Lex
Its
Bot.
design is rather ingenious.
Yeah, that's what was firing. It's attacking.
But enough talk. Let us end these charades.
With pleasure.
How about you? I'm grateful.
I know, alright. On guard! Okay. The 2D.
What is this confounded contraption?
It's still such a weird ability.
Morphographic technology. I haven't perfected it, but it's more than enough to exterminate an imbecile like you.
Cute. The 10 seconds.
The device versus time by 10 seconds.
By a few seconds, they said.
What?
Fool! You fell to my time shift ball.
Time shift.
Now, foot dive.
Foot dive!
Foot dive! Foot dive!
Foot dive!
Yeah, he's saying it too. Foot dive.
Oh wow! They have
Wow.
foot dive.
Foot dive.
What a farce. Impossible.
Possible? That word has no meaning for someone like me. What about you?
What is the twist? Is he's finding a Doombot this whole time?
I know, right? That's a huge, big twist.
Marvelous. And wasted on your incompetence.
Yeah, this is exactly how I feel their battle would go in actual comics.
100%.
All siphoning his power for his own.
Yeah, the siphon, the power siphon. Because they said eventually he built it into his suit.
Yeah.
What kind of a man are you?
Oh, the Everyman serum.
A Superman.
Hey, that shot looks familiar. That shot looks familiar too.
Still hiding behind this hideous mask, Tin Man? Let's show your true face the light of day!
Oh, the body swap.
That mask is my true face.
Oh! I love that. Gotcha.
Gotcha. Yep, that's her. And it slices.
It dices.
It's like that of the gods. Beneath me.
Beneath me.
Hey, we got it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Instead of handing someone the elf, never pinning him to it.
Having a slight speed advantage and a stronger suit by most measures, Lex was able to hold his own with Doom.
He had a
for
stronger
time.
suit
And
than.
sure, Lex could counter some of Doom's arsenal, but he couldn't defend against being transmuted to crow, being blasted with antimatter, or getting his nerves scrambled from the inside.
What's more, Lex's mind has been swapped before, once with Superman, funnily enough.
Meaning if things got desperate, there was nothing to stop Doom from pulling a Captain Ginyu on Lex and swapping their minds.
Lex's mother box was certainly a powerful device, but he never quite mastered all of its potential. Not to mention, Doom's ace in the hole, the cosmic power siphon, has drained and stolen similar energy sources time and time again.
Galactus, Silver Surfer, and even the friggin' Beyonder. Yeah, I know, this mulleted doofus doesn't look like much, but he apparently has millions of times the power of the entire Marvel multiverse. And the siphon took all of it! There's no way the Mother Box could stand up to a device like that.
Thus, it was only a question of if Doom could bide his time before turning the tables on Lex.
And given all the beatdowns he's survived from Marvel heavy hitters like Hulk and Sentry, I'd say Doom had that time.
Lex's tech was an impressive challenge that had the stats to contend with Doom, but against Doom's bewildering gadgets, magical trickery, and power-stealing siphon, the advantage was in the Doctor's court.
The King of Latveria claimed his victory. Hopefully Lex isn't a sore Luthor.
The winner is Dr. Doom.
Cool.
Thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle. Come back next week to see previews of our upcoming matchups. If you want to watch more stuff, you can click the boxes right around here, and you can always pick up some TV merch at store.roosterteeth.com.
Ooh, Heihachi. Oh no, it's Heihachi versus Geese. Cool, fighting game one. Actual fighting game one. Yeah, Heihachi from Tekken, Geese from the King of Fighters series, and Fatal Fury. But yeah, that was enjoyable. Yeah, by the time I got to end of Doctor Doom's, I felt like it was gonna be Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Like Lex is just basically a man of science. Doom was a man of science and magic.
And he's been through so much more. And again, even though Lex had a better suit, pretty much Doctor Doom has dealt with more.
I did appreciate during the death battle the callback to his foot dive.
Yeah, and they say, you hear him say it too, going foot dive, foot dive, foot dive, foot dive. It's just like, really?
Yeah, but that was enjoyable. But yeah, it was about when when I got to the end of Doom, it was like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Didn't know Luthor went through that much. Damn, just cured his sister of her illness, and then right back in her.
Right back in her, just to show, to make a point of like, that's how cruel he can be, you know, or it's just like, damn man.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Doom has taken on celestial beings and survived.
And became a god himself for a little bit of time, you know, so, like you said, like we were talking about even during it, it's like, it's going to be interesting how they present Doom in this world, pretty much, in the MCU at least, especially with the Fantastic Four, because again, this is like their third or fourth attempt, and hopefully, so far, MCU's been doing a good job so far, like with bringing some characters over finally, and it's like doing a good job, kind of like redeeming these characters. So hopefully they I'm hoping they do that with the Fantastic Four, especially with Doom, because not a lot of people were a fan of the Doom from the other films. So yeah. But anyways, the death battle was fantastic, and man, Doom just dominated the whole way through. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Can't wait for the next one.
Yep, same here. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about death battles, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well.
Let us know what you guys thought of this trailer overall. Death battle overall. Did your favorite win, or do you want to complain even more? Why Lex should have won? I mean, let us know in the comments down below. Whether you're a DC fanboy or not, if you have you have good points or this or that going, this is why he would have won or anything like that. Put that down below. But even if not, if you liked who won, put down you guys' thoughts on how the fight went. And did you enjoy it overall, especially the kick, what was it called again?
Foot dive.
The foot dive, pretty much attack. I mean, let us know down below in the comments. Put down what you thought of what you thought of our reaction to this death battle. But most importantly, thank you for watching.
So until next time, I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And this has been a very doom-filled eprepisode of SRB.
Doom, 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 doom. See ya!
Later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out our previous reactions,
or any one of our other SRB shows,
check out one of our playlists down below.
If you want to check us out in the social universe,
you can find us on Twitter
and Stardust
@SuperReactBros.